Kindly confirm the audio on the video. Thanks for Raksha Bandhan for everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So as I told earlier, I have completed first 2 classes of foundation batch. Should I join this course or complete whole foundation course? Harsh, that was long ago. You took 5 days to complete those 2 classes, but you please complete that whole course. That will help you. Okay. So good afternoon to all. Happy Raksha Bandhan to all. I hope I'm audible and visible to all. So today we are going to talk about transport geography. We've already talked something about industrial geography. Yes, sir. Some part of it is left. I will bring that also to the class. But today we'll be talking about transport geography. If you have any questions on industrial geography, you can ask me. If you have questions on industrial geography, you can very well ask me. Let me upload the file for today. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. And Raksha Bandhan wishes to all people who have made it to the class today. I know it's a festival day and some of you would not be at home. You would be traveling, but I'm glad that you were able to make it to the class. So let me start with transport geography. We will bring it outside. Is the audio video fine, everyone? Indian transport. Perfect, thank you. So we're looking at first as, so please share industrial policy PDF, its update section after class. So what, Sneha, I had seen that. What PDF are you talking about, industrial policy? The one, I don't remember which one did I use. So Dhirendra is raising hand. Dhirendra, it seems you are a new student to the class. If you have something, please ask. And if you've raised the hand by mistake, then also let me know. Okay, I will check if I had shown something. NIMZ, we'll be talking about that. NIMZ will also come, don't worry. Agastya, did you do the homework? The homework was on finding NIMZ. Did you have a look at that? Okay, that LPG one I have not uploaded. I get that. The new industrial policy, that part has not been uploaded. I get that. I will be doing that. Anything else? Any other doubt? Any other doubt? We will be bringing in middle of the class. वो भी लेकर आएंगे. I'll be doing that also. It just skipped my mind. I had to do some evaluation for the for the master stroke people. So it just skipped. Perfect. So we are going to start with Indian transport now. 2-3 things on Indian transport. I would be giving some theoretical paradigms as well as some current paradigm. So first of all, how important is transport to geography or an area? So number one, we will be looking at significance from a student's point of view. Significance of transport from a student's point of view, number one. Second thing that we would be looking at is, apart from significance, I would be looking at what do you know about Indian transport system? So do we have to prepare industry 4.0 for optional or GS level will do? That is what I'm saying. Optional level and GS level, are they different? Optional versus GS level. Get that? So आरिफ ने कल भी यही ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन किया था. So आरिफ GS चैंपियन है, वो ऐसी बातें करने लगते हैं, तो आरिफ को भी जवाब दिया जाएगा. आरिफ मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सारे एजुकेटर्स की करंट अफेयर्स पे चला रहे हैं जिंदगी, तो मेरा सजेशन है कि थोड़ा बुक पढ़ना शुरू करें, क्योंकि अच्छा तो लगेगा कि करंट अफेयर्स मैंने सारे के सारे क्लास अटेंड करके नोट कर लिए. बहुत से लोग जो है एग्जाम लेकर आए हैं, सिर्फ नोट्स पे नहीं चलना है. Get that? So quickly, 2 things I want to know. What is the significance? What do you know about Indian transport system? And is it the same as what you are learning in your classes on GS? Quickly, 1 minute. Passengers and goods are carried. Quickly, everyone, do not do this. Passengers and goods are carried. Think about it. What is the significance of transport? रत्नम थोड़े से मेच्योरिटी वाले आंसर दो बेटा. Passenger and goods are carried. अब तो थोड़ा सा परिचय देना शुरू करो. क्लास में थोड़ा टाइम हो गया आपको. Okay, so Samad says Indian transport depends on heavily on roads, limited potential of waterways because of uneven topography. So एक तो roads है, एक waterways है. Connectivity and resource mobilization. So Ajit suddenly says airways. Act as a bridge between raw material and industry. Bridge between raw material and industry. Okay, what else? Roadway, waterway, airway, pipeline. ये जो है ना roadway, waterway, airway, pipeline. It's about trade. It's about import, export. Yes. What else? What else is it about? Quickly, quickly. What else? Airways are less, but now focused by government. Still, Northeast is left. Airways are the focus of government. Cross subsidization. Development, social integration. Railways for bulk transport. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Everyone, I have an interesting proposition if you are interested in this. A very, very interesting proposition. If five students make a group, look at this. 5 students make a group and they started studying newspaper. Yes. Down to earth. EPW, Economic and Political Weekly. Yes or no? Yojana, Kurukshetra, Ministry Sites. Yes. और कहाँ पर न्यूज आता है? Where else? BBC, PIB. Get that, everyone. Rajya Sabha TV. Get that? Stop. 5 students make this group and they compile everything. They read and make short notes, which is nothing but copy. Is this a very intellectual task? Is this a very intellectual task or a mechanical task? To me, this is a very clerical task. True. This is a very, very clerical task. 5 students do it together. And these 5 students open up a video channel and they say, morning to evening, we will do this for you. And you join their channel, 5 students, their channel. And you make your notes. Yes or no? How long can this continue? Can this continue for the whole year? Yes or no? Can this continue for multiple years? Why not? I'm saying that GS is about current affairs. No? They are doing it daily. Daily it changes. You are saying this can happen only for a week? Come on here. UPSC is asking for last 1.5 years to 2 years. Ka puchta hai ki nahi? Listen, these 5 students, can they run their channel and do this, everyone? Can this be done perpetually? Or not? Can students be happily engaged in this? Happily, enthusiastically engaged in this? They can be every day. And these people will get claps also every day. Thank you, sir. आप लोगों ने मिलकर, you people helped us a lot. Yes. Can I say this can be a well of happy frogs who are working every day? But will they clear the exam? They have all facts. They have all current facts to boast of. Yes or no? And I also want to tell you, this is a very lazy way. You have not done anything. Your own English may not develop. What you've done is, you have written this in your listing. Do we get that? And then you go to the examination and you tell me Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, transport and what not. Get that? Sir, airways actually northeast is not represented. Maza aaya ki nahi? Maza to aayega bhai. But I want to tell you, whatever you wrote may not fetch you good marks when it comes to intelligent optional based answer writing. Why? Because this shop is running very happily all across Telegram channels. People are living in a well and happy about it. And what I'm trying to talk about is that this examination will talk something else. Everyone, you were talking of transport. Examination will talk about the networks. They will talk about the complementary role in regional development. That will be just one line. That will be just one line. Because you mucked up all the data. You know 4.0, 2.0, 6.0. You know the latest things. When it comes to concepts, they are missing. So left brain will continue. Every day you say, oh, thank you, sir, for telling me. Next day again, you'll bring left brain because left brain sees only the facts. Growing importance of ports in national and foreign trade. Trade balance, trade policy, export processing zones. Developments in communication and information technology and their impacts on economy and society. I did not see anything coming over here in this. Airways, sir, northeast many or across subsidy will be there, roads are there, sir, waterways are there, resource mobilization will happen, roadways, waterways, airway, pipeline. Need to padhaya jata hai. 10th class NCRT has this only, yes or no? And I know there are 10th NCRT YouTube channels also. Yesterday also I told you, today also I'm telling you, please stop consuming only this intoxicating substance. Please start looking at what is your goal. This is called goal disorientation. I can tell you interesting facts about it, interesting facts. I don't know how many of you remember from your school. School mein quiz hua karta tha, kaun banega crorepati? Trivias. UPSC is not quiz or trivia. UPSC is not quiz or trivia, where you're writing and you're being happy that I have collected and mugged it up. So let us go into real things. Ab bataiye yahan pe, let's look at this. Bring out the salient features of Sagarmala. Fact. So fact is needed or not? Fact is needed. Highlight its role in port-led development of coastal regions in India. This is the right brain. This is the left brain. Integrated development of road and rail in a complementary framework is a prerequisite for regional development. Good question. Explain with reference to northeast region of India. Look at the maturity of the question. Explain the role of hill transport subsidy scheme in reducing regional imbalances in areas identified by Government of India. I want to ask you, Industry 4.0 people, do you have answer for this question? Do you have answer for this question? Then why? You get in Hindi, there is this saying, "Thotha chana, baje ghana." Yes or no? Things which are hollow vessels sound a lot. So what we will do, we will try to show off all those things. And I'm saying this is about thinking about it. So hill transport subsidy scheme. So in the transport in the hilly areas, subsidy has been given because of there are many issues in that. Explain the suitable example, role of road transport in agriculture development. So this is what the examiner is going to look at. Do we have the ability or not? और ये तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपको 2017. Let's look at 20 years ago. Explain the role as a unifying factor. You need to develop these things. Critically examine the feasibility of development of network of airways in India. अब सोचिए इसको. Everyone tell me. Somebody told me now the government is focusing airways, but northeast is the problem. With that one sentence, can you answer a 15 marker like this? Can you answer a 15 marker like this? This is the challenge which UPSC is throwing at. But yes, you can sit in this mehfil and enjoy all that. 5 students running this channel and amazing going on and everything. My promise, everything will be done by me. तुमको कुछ नहीं करना है. Tell me one thing, अगर तुमको कुछ नहीं करना है, if I promise you that you don't have to do anything and you will get rewarded the top job. Think about it. Come on. Intelligent people here. Do you think the country's top job will come to you where you don't have to do anything? You could just happily sit in the mehfil, in the mushaira, in the Kavi Sammelan. Be a part of that. I will take care of it. Yes or no? Well, that's, and then what will you have when you come out of the class? Sorry, Industry 4.0. Is it enough? So I told you it is not enough. So then what is geography? Then how is it different? You are saying there is something else. Oh yes, there is something else. So let's look at this. 2 things. This is the vocabulary of a subject. No, the teachers are not talking about this vocabulary because they are busy telling you about which Parvatmala scheme. Parvatmala pata hai ki nahi? Sir, I know Parvatmala, I know Bharatmala, all the malas I know. Accessibility and connectivity. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between two of them? These two words? Accessibility and connectivity. Or are they same for you? Accessibility and connectivity. Accessibility and connectivity. Naman says ease of use and connecting to areas. Accessibility, ease of use or ease of approach? ease of access. So connectivity means connecting 2 points. Accessibility means how easily access it is. Okay. Now you people are thinking, remember? So your current affair class does not make you think. You like it, you note it down. And then you come here, tell me all those fundas. Accessibility and connectivity. Ease of access. What else? Accessibility is equal to availability, convenience, and sorry, absolutely wrong. I will not be easily confused by that. If you ask me, accessibility is a measure of capacity of a location to be reached. Simple example. Simple example. Haridwar and Rishikesh. Which one is more accessible? Haridwar and Rishikesh. Haridwar is the river reaching the plains, and Rishikesh is slightly up. And let me go further up. The peak Badrinath. Which one is the least accessible? रत्नम ये वाला देख लो, रत्नम तुम्हारे लिए लिखा है, ठीक है? Which any place is served by transportation, accessibility, अंग्रेजी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Simple. I believe in simple things. I believe in simple things. Accessible is the measure of degree of a location to be reached. कितना आप पहुंच सकते हैं? Do we get that? Do we get that? Accessibility is that whether you can reach it or not. Yes, you heard people traveling to Amarnath. Accessible, difficult accessibility, and people died because of accident on the way. True or not? Is everyone okay? Now let us look at connectivity. Let us look at connectivity. Okay, connectivity to Siachen Glacier is high or low? And connectivity to Delhi. Do you understand the difference between connectivity and accessibility? Do you understand the difference between connectivity and accessibility? India or Indian transport or a transport system has to work on two things. One is bring accessibility, and second is connectivity. Is everyone with me? First, do we understand this? So should start coming in our language. We should be talking this, not 2.0, 4.0, 6.0. That is your mugging up thing telling you. Exam मैं ये डाल सकता हूँ, आप ये तो बताइए, पहली चीज तो यही है. Yes. Can I say a well-developed transport system, a well-developed transport system will offer high levels of accessibility, and with this accessibility, what will happen? And greater mobility. True. First accessible करेंगे और उसको mobile भी करेंगे, mobility to move between them. Is everyone okay? For that, what do we need? We need, आपके दिमाग में क्या है? Road, railways. I want to tell you, we need soft infrastructure also. Economic institutions, regulations, transport policy. If the traffic signal is not there, does it make the whole thing go out or not? Logistics systems, regulating the toll tax, yes or no? Management system. When should heavy vehicles be allowed in a city and when should they not be? Is that important or not? Soft infrastructure. That is what a transport system is about. Get that? Capital and information infrastructure, IT infrastructure, intelligent transport system. And I'm talking about air traffic controller for airports. Important or not? Public and private providers of information. Important. Both of them are important. And then comes the means of transport. Means of the transport can be road, railway, waterway, airway. Is everyone okay? So now tell me, where does GS operate? GS operates in telling you about road, railway, water, airway, and you are telling me this government is working on airways and only Northeast is a problem. I want to ask you, somebody wrote that this government is working heavily on airways. Can you tell me what? You said that this government is working on airways. Can you tell me what? Your GS tells you UDAN, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. This I heard in the previous tenure of this government, 2014 to 19. Modi ji was talking about Udan. Now they're not talking about Udan. वो उड़ान हो चुकी. This government was also talking about smart cities. अब उस पे बात नहीं है. True or not? So can I say that our knowledge is all fragmented and all borrowed? And do you think that all fragmented and borrowed knowledge is going to make a real dent in the clearing of this examination? और रोज आकर मुझसे क्लास में कुछ भी पूछ लेंगे अपनी जीएस का, सर 4.0 लिखना है, लिख लो यार, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But that is not the answer. That is not the answer. Answer will be to the question, but you just want, like either to show that off or something beyond that. I don't know what to talk about that. Is everyone okay? So मुझे लगता है कि we need to understand transport from a geographical point of view that transport gives accessibility to make every place accessible. And can I say it is a fundamental right also in a way? Yeah, we can move and live in any place in the country. ऐसा सुना आपने? Right to freedom में. Have you heard that? I can move and live. But if it is not accessible, can I make a case that, like my fundamental right to move should be there? True. And can I say accessibility varies? Yadav says, sorry, I am interested in geography. क्या geography का trend क्या है previous years? Yadav, this is not the class for that, beta. When there are some open sessions, you can. Or there is an orientation session, first session, आप उसको join कर सकते हैं. I would not want to deviate from the class that is happening right now. You can come in that. Okay? आप interested हैं ये लोग geography को adopt कर चुके हैं. So I'm serving that. This is the channel, Sachin Sir Official. You can go on this channel and look at the pinned link. That will tell you more. What are the trends? What are the marks needed? Everything is there in that lecture. So please follow that if you are interested in geography. So everyone, do we get something? ये तो पहला level I have brought to you. Everyone, this is the first level which I brought to you, accessibility and connectivity. Now, this has to be the mainstay of our answer. Mainstay यहाँ से शुरू करें. अच्छा, ये जो लिखा है transport infrastructure, linear or node, ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. Would you want to know what do they mean by this also? Transport infrastructure from a geographical point of view. Let me tell you what do they mean by that. So there are two spatial categories. Accessibility. There are two spatial categories of transport. Two spatial categories of transport. One is the topological accessibility. Topological accessibility. What is topological accessibility? This refers to the transport network. ये भी बता रहा हूँ क्या होता है. These dots are nodes, and these lines are pathways, paths or links. What is a node? Node can be a bus stand, bus, train, airport, bus, train ka station, bus ka stand. Yes, and path can be the connecting link. Is everyone okay? Transport system is made like this, so we need to make that accessible. Get that? Can I say in the hilly areas? In the hilly areas, what is missing? Hilly areas. Everyone, hilly areas. What is a problem? Nodes I can create, but what is missing? The links are a problem. Links are a problem. Do we get that? Hill areas, that's the problem. Okay. There can also be. First is this. Second, we call it the contiguous accessibility. Get that? Contiguous accessibility. So what do I mean by contiguous? Contiguous means it is connected. So I have one area. This area, it is surrounded by this many areas. Okay. So let us name these X. And in the center, I have a school. Everyone. In the center, I have a school. Compared to X and Y, which one has greater accessibility? Which one has greater accessibility? X has greater accessibility. Y has lesser accessibility. Yes or no? Why Y will have less accessibility, everyone? Why Y will have less accessibility? Hindrance by X? No, X is also something. Distance, very good. Akriti says Y has this low because the distance is high. Distance is high or not? One is the distance can be there. Yes or no? Second can be the population over here, the resources over here. Everyone. Jaisalmer and Jaipur. Let's compare them with Delhi. Which one has greater contiguous accessibility with Delhi? Jaipur and Jaisalmer. Jaipur has contiguous accessibility to Delhi. Tell me, is there topological accessibility to Jaisalmer also? Jaisalmer also has it. So let me make a map for you. Say, for example, just to give you an example. This is Jaisalmer. This is Jaipur. And this is Delhi. So this highway is going. Yes. Can I say node, path, link? Is there something connecting this also? Yes or no? Is there topological accessibility? Is there topological accessibility of Jaipur and Jaisalmer to Delhi? Yes or no? So tick mark. But when I say contiguous accessibility, which one has greater? Jaipur has greater than Jaisalmer. Do we get that, everyone? I have to set up a military base. I have to set up a military base. Bordering town. Yes. Where do I set it up? Where do I set it up? Military base लगाना मुझे. Jaipur or Jaisalmer? A bigger one can be at Jaipur. Think about it. बेटा जैसलमेर में सब कुछ पहुंचाना मुश्किल है. जैसलमेर में छोटा रखेंगे, जयपुर में बड़ा रखेंगे नहीं. रखना तो दोनों है. Both of them have to be there. Where can I keep it bigger? Say for example, I am on Brahmaputra. आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पर रखा जाता है तेजपुर, where the big battalions and cantonments are there. और border towns पे क्या होंगे? Small posts are there. Do we agree? Compare Kargil or Siachen with Leh. Siachen with Leh. Do we have topological accessibility but different contiguous area? The decisions will be different or not? Am I giving you some insights into what is the meaning of accessibility? बड़ी battalion रखनी है यार. Movement कहाँ पर easy है? Movement is easy. The army can reach here. Army का बड़ा post is at Tejpur. But if needed, can they be deployed whenever needed? Yes or no? That's what we are talking about. So this decision of accessibility has very important strategic uses or not? Strategic implications. True or not? ऐसा नहीं कि जैसलमेर is unguarded. जैसलमेर will have the guarding there. We will be looking at our borders. But when we are looking at big centers, they would be there. और जैसलमेर के आगे भी तो छोटे tributaries होंगे कि नहीं posts? BSF will be looking at smaller posts or not? Do you understand the meaning of accessibility? अब ये उस current affairs class की नहीं बात हो रही. We are not talking about those current affairs classes. You can live with that well in this. So first is we understand what is the difference between accessibility and connectivity. Get that? Do we understand what is a node and a linear thing? Node and the path. अच्छा एक और चीज बताऊं, interesting thing about path. This is a national highway. This is a national highway. And in between there are roads which are state highways. Difference or not? The quality, the upkeep, the construction of the roads, the capacity of the roads, very different or not? We are looking at Delhi-Mumbai expressways. 12 hours Delhi-Mumbai. Think about it. That's a very, very different thing. So path also plays a big role or not, everyone? So the distance also plays and the path also plays. I hope I have made my idea correct on this. Is everyone okay with this? Yeah, clear? So first of all, in our answer in optional, we need that vocabulary. Such flowcharts are not needed for GS. So when people think, trade and transport with GS wala marenge, to wo nahi hoga. Do we get that? Transport services attribute. Now let us get into this. Honestly, let us get into this cost. The cost of transport is a very big factor or not? The means of transport will be decided by the cost. Means of transport will be decided by the speed. Means of transport will be decided by the reliability, just in time delivery. This is where we have to think. So that question of just talking about भारतमाला परियोजना, अरे that will just come as an example. कल भी मैंने बताया था, आज भी बता रहा हूँ. आज भी इन्होंने फिर मेरे से पूछा example से. They have no arguments. Everyone can every day tell you that arguments are more important. Left brainers will not have arguments. What will they have? They will have examples. रोज मेरे से एक example पे शुरू करते हैं. सर example मार सकता हूँ. किसे मारेगा यार? क्यों मारेगा? When needed, then only. No. Is everyone with me? ठीक है? So I have an exercise for you. Everyone, please take a graph. बहुत सारी चीजें मैं आपके लिए लिख के भी लाया हूँ, so that you can see a mature thing. So everyone, what are the parameters we are keeping in mind? What are the parameters we are keeping in mind for transport? क्या चीज दिमाग में रखनी चाहिए? What is to be kept in mind, everyone? I just showed you. Cost, time, very good. Cost, speed, and time, they are related, yes or no? Distance, well, speed, time, distance related. Reliability. Can I say suitability? So what do you mean by suitability? I have to transport, everyone, I have to transport sand. I have to transport sand, and I have to transport TV screens. Is it the same thing? Sand and TV screens. Some other parameter will be there. So if I say, examine the factors to be kept in mind in deciding means of transport. Can you see the factors are there only? Cost, speed, time, distance, reliability, suitability, they all will come or not? Can I say even technology? Can I say even the relief and topography? Everyone okay? I have to transport sand. I have to transport sand. It is not a precious commodity. It is a bulk commodity. Bulk commodity will take a lot of money to transport. I would love to transport sand on river Ganga itself. And it is being done. UP Bihar, sand is being transported on river Ganga. कभी देखा किसी को मौका मिला? This is the river. ठीक है? There are boats. People are sitting on these boats. Yes, आपने ऐसा भी देखा होगा, लोग जा रहे हैं, छोटी बोट, बड़ी बोट. But sometimes you will find them. Sometimes you will find such a flat thing floating, and on top there is a mound of sand. Yes or no? इसके साथ में क्या होगा? बोट भी लगा दी. सब मेरे तरफ बहुत हो रहा है. Somebody is writing illegal mining. I'm saying legal with papers. This is called a barge. किससे जुड़ा हुआ है? इसको खींच कर ले जा रहा है. कौन लेकर जा रहा है? ये बोट उसको खींच कर ले जा रहा है. Is everyone okay? Tug boat, any boat we are looking at. सबको बात समझ में है? Which river? Ganga. What you have to do? Take the barge on the side. There is a lot of sand over here. उस पे डाला और काम करो. This is the cheapest mode of transport. If you ask me, cost and distance. This is the cheapest mode of transport for bulk commodities. Inland waterway. Are you making this graph? Otherwise, फिर वही example मारोगे मुझे. I am here to give you concepts. Trade and transport, we have to look at that. Is everyone okay? Turn your notebook around. So cost and this thing. So cost, what do we have to set up? Barge चाहिए यार. Barge and a boat and the diesel. Diesel to run the boat. ठीक है? Easy है inland waterway? Done. But so local climate can also be a factor. अभी जो हमने बात किया, मेन इसकी बात हो रही है. वो बहुत सारी चीजें बाद में हो सकता है. Physical factor, human factor. We are looking at this. Is everyone okay? The problem is inland waterway is possible. Inland waterway is possible only when you have a river. Yes or no? But rivers are not available everywhere. Rivers are not available everywhere. We need to look at something which is reliable. Ease of availability. Can I say flexible भी होना चाहिए? Can I say it must have a door-to-door connectivity? True. Now, on many counts, inland waterway is failing. Yes or no? Everyone, can I say inland waterway is failing on many counts? It is not universally available. Can I say universal availability? I'm keeping on writing the points. You also keep on making this. And I'm saying the optional teacher's job is to open your mind. भाई सोचना है और आंसर लिखना आना चाहिए. Yes, and not only answer लिखना आना चाहिए, you should be able to even talk similar things. Akriti is saying geographical limitation. Akriti, I'm giving you 99% on to answer geographical limitation. I'm taking 1% because I have a doubt. I hope you think and you believe that geographical limitations are both physical and human. Do we agree? Everyone, are you with me on this? Yes. चलिए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. So where are we now? We are out. Perfect. Okay. So where are we? So problem here, I'm looking for something which is universal, which is door to door, and which is very flexible. Which one is that? Which one is that? Rail, door to door, Priyanshu. मैं कुछ भी बोलता है. तुम भी वो 5 स्टूडेंट वाला होगा क्या? देखो पुजारी लिख रहा है ट्रक. पुजारी ट्रक लिख रहा है. सुबह ट्रक आते हैं इसके घर में. No, funny thing here, मतलब they will write. You can't stop them. No matter every day what you tell them, they will come up with that left brain thing. So can't do anything. Again requesting God has given us both the brains. तो उसको भी use कर लीजिए. So the problem with roads is they are slightly costly, but road is very versatile. And this is the graph. Road can be made anywhere. Kacha road, pakka road, whatever is there, door-to-door connectivity is also there. This is the curve of road. Do we get that? This is the curve of road. Advantage of road, door-to-door, flexible. Anywhere you want, you can have a door. Road. Low budget, high budget. True. Even walking, that is possible. Yes. Samarth says sustainable. I don't know, Samarth. Sustainable is a very big thing. So road is there. Road is another alternative, which has the advantage over inland waterway, but then which is costly to set up and costly to run also. Get that? So do we need a bus stand for a road? Do we need a bus stand for a road, everyone? Do we need a bus stand for a road? Bus, truck stand. Come on, yeah, don't tell me you people are joking. In the villages or in tier 2 towns and all those tier 3 towns, we don't have a bus stand. Bus jahan bhi ruk jayegi. Hoga to acha hai. At times nobody stops at bus stand. So let's not take that. But that's not the case of the next one. Next one is a big one. Railways. Railways. They take a lot of cost in establishing the railway station. And it has been seen that railways are costlier than roadways. Railways are costlier than roadways, but after a distance of around 600 to 700 or maybe 5 to 700 kilometers, their cost will be long. Again, Ratnam says efficient. I don't know whether they're efficient or not. Railways. Do we agree? Setting up a railway station, costly. Setting up railway tracks, costly. Maintaining railway station and tracks, costly. Number 3, railway coaches, costly. Railway engines, costly. Railway fuel electrification, costly. Railway safety security signal system, costly. Yes or no? Everything is there. But it becomes cheaper on a larger, longer scale. Is everyone with me? True. So this is what we are talking about, is railways. Inland waterway, roadway, railway. We have to select, and on what basis? Universal. I want universal availability, door-to-door connectivity. Does railway offer me door-to-door connectivity? Does railway offer me door-to-door connectivity? No. Is railway flexible? Can it reach everywhere? No, sir. Railway can reach only in the plains. Both mountains में तो जा भी नहीं सकता where the terrain is not that. Can railway reach right up to the border? No, sir. That cannot happen. So there will be some things missing on railways. What is better on railways? So bulk commodities can be transported. They will not be suffering from those traffic jams which happen on the roads. Possible. Aarti saying cheap. Aarti, please look at the graph. Everyone, I hope you will be smart enough. You will not call it cheap till it is 500 to 700 kilometers. Aarti, can you see that? It is costlier than the railways for short distance. For longer distance, it will be there. The railway is environment friendly after electrification. Definitely. But tell me, I mean, if we bring in electrical vehicles, even the roadways will become. Moment you say electrification, can't I do it for my roads also? Yes or no? Electric cars, electric vehicles, electric buses. So, but I do agree what you are saying. Is everyone with me? Now, I think we all forgot one very important thing. The speed part of it. Inland waterways are very, very slow. So if time is not a constraint, you should go for inland waterway. Compared to railways, compared to road and railways, remember long distance, it is railway which is faster. True or not? The average speed. And in fact, with the government coming up with dedicated freight corridors, yahan aega current affairs, everyone who wants to impress me with current affairs, your current affairs class, your notes, suddenly, you feel like vomiting. There you can supporting thing. Do we get railways? Railways would be faster also. I think it is better, faster for that thing. But then you forgot Raksha Bandhan. You forgot to send your brother that Rakhi. True or not? Rakhi bhejna bhul gaye. And remember this year Raksha Bandhan is 11th also, 12th also, kal bhi hai. Aaj bhi hai, kal bhi hai. So if you forgot, and you still want the Rakhi to reach right on the time, should you opt for inland waterways? फिर तो भैया को अगले साल ही मिलेगी. Yes or no? Even rail and roadway may not be that effective. I need something which goes faster. I saw a program on RSTV where it said that before DFC goods train have average speed of 25 km per hour. Raman, you read it absolutely correct. I think railways का अब जो है speed हो गया 45 हो गया. That was the reason why DFC were needed. वो भी बात करें. You read it correct. हाँ, स्नेहा मोदी 90s वाली फील आ गई, बिल्कुल है. अरे राखी तो फिर भी भाई बहन, इधर तो मोहब्बत का पैगाम खो जाया करता था. ये सुनो, you sent it on this Valentine, it reaches on the next Valentine. By that time she's already married. Yes or no? What do you do with that? Those were different zamanas. Yes or no? And remember, what about those people who were tying that letter to the pigeon? If the pigeon is corrupted on the way, the pigeon loses its integrity. थक गया, शिकार हो गया. Your pigeon is carrying प्रेम का संदेशा. Yes or no? कबूतर जा जा करके हिंदी मूवी ने करवाया. I was surprised at that movie, कबूतर जा पहले प्यार का संदेशा and all that story which it had. If the kabutar is shot in between, it's gone. True or not? Kabutar decided to change the path. Noise pollution, air pollution, many things will come. So why you could not eventually marry the girl you wanted to? Because of light pollution, the pigeon lost the way. And pigeon ka GPS not working. Possible or not? So that's why a very important word. I don't know how many of you realize the importance of this reliability. Bhi hona chahiye. True or not? And jokes apart, I'm not just talking about Valentine and all those things. Let us be very clear about that. Old people receiving their pensions. Yes or no? Some people receiving, money orders. Those were times people were getting money orders and all those things. Family se help pahunch raha hai. Big things. I think really big things. So we need something which is quick also. And what is that? Airways. But the problem with the airways is it is very costly, and with the distance, its cost increases. Not a very cost effective thing, but when it is urgent means urgent. Yes or no? Have you heard of air ambulance? Have you heard of disaster relief, where other modes cannot airways, helicopters can reach. Everyone, can you see? It's बहुत important है. If we don't have this idea, then how are we going to process transport? How are we going to process transport? These are multiple factors. And again, as somebody would say, फिर वही left brain कहेगी, आजकल sir universal availability is no longer there because I have an example. So am I interested in examples, everyone? No, I'm interested in the importance. The problem is airport is costly. Airport is costly to develop. Railway stations are relatively cheaper. Bus stand तो पूछो मत. Bus stand can also be a cow stand. Yes or no? Generally animals would stand in the shade. लोग तो बाहर ही खड़े होते हैं. Yes or no? And the bus also, the private walas, they would not even stop or slow down karega. You run and you catch. It's just, probably he sees a woman in a sari and finds, he's gracious enough to accept that a poor woman in sari, how will she run? और गांव में तो बेचारी को सारी में भी दौड़ा देगा वो कि भाई catch the bus, catch if you can. True. So airports are different. Airports have a challenge. And can I say there is also security challenge in this? And a further big thing which is far more costlier than airport is setting up of a port. Very costly. But what we get from here is once again the water-based transport, which is very costly, but a problem can be solved moment you cross more than 2,000 kilometers. More than 2,000 kilometers. The maritime trade, port. Can you understand port is? Maritime. You have ships going in here. This becomes cheaper in long distance. But port, setting up a port, managing a port is a very, very big challenge. How many major ports does India have? India has 13 ports, 12 on the west coast, 6 on the west, 6 on the east, and 1 in Port Blair. Imagine all these years we have just 13 major ports. Well, there are minor ports also. And most of those minor ports, 70% of the minor ports are in the states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. So that's also says a lot about their economic development. Is everyone okay? What were we talking of? Very interesting thing. When we were talking of transport geography, your means of transport will come. You will depend upon the capital. What do you have? IT infrastructure, intelligent transport system, soft infrastructure. Do we have it or not? Then you will decide. And then these things will come. And what will they provide? They will provide topological accessibility and contiguous accessibility also. Yes, some places will have higher contiguous accessibility. Some places will have lower. Everyone okay? Is the graph clear to all? Do you know why I made this graph? Why I made this graph? Clearly because of the syllabus. First point, road, railway, water, airway, pipeline, they are complementary. True. A country as wide, as diverse as India. Can we go for a single network? Should we go for a single transport means, or will we have to choose? And are they complementary? Can I say they compete also and they complement also? पहला आंसर मिलता है कि नहीं? Just one discussion brings a lot of sense to it. सर ये आता भी है? अरे ये देखो सोशो इकोनॉमिक रोल लेकर आया. Railways are सोशो इकोनॉमिक रोल. कहाँ पर है? भारतमाला. What is the role of triple transport system in regional development of India? What is triple transport system? Land, water, air. Do we get that? Land, water, air. If we have that, things will work for us. We can see many more things working for us. Is everyone with me on this? If any questions, please ask. If any questions, please ask. Clear, everyone? Now look at it. After this discussion, question in 2000. Assess the growing importance of air transport in India. Assess the growing importance. Now you know what are the means of transport. What are the means of transport? Use this flowchart. Is the soft infrastructure improving? Tell me, simple flowchart you have to use to answer this question. Is the soft infrastructure, economic institutions, people's paying capacity increasing or not? Have proper regulations for air travel been put in place or not? Yes. Is there a government policy initiative, be it Udan or be it giving this sector preferential treatment? Are there logistic systems? Oh yes, everything has worked for this. Is there FDI coming? Yes. Is there consolidation happening? Yes, definitely there. Yes. Do we have capital? Do we have IT infrastructure? Definitely. Intelligent transport system? Hey, nahi hai. Sab to computerized people who gone for air travel. Yes or no? Public-private providers. Are we having both of them or not? In fact, the government has pulled out of it. Opposite is true. Assess the failure in development of inland waterways in India. Why not inland waterways? Kyun nahi develop hua? Inland waterways, why hasn't it developed much? Why not? From Allahabad or Prayagraj to Haldia. Have you heard of National Waterway 1? Why has it not developed? Is the river there? River is there. Is the river perennial? River is perennial. Does the catchment have a population? Yes, it has a population. Does it have raw material? Yes, it has. Is the government policy there? Yes. Then why not? Why hasn't it happened? क्यों नहीं हुआ? जल्दी बताइए. Simple. Soft infrastructure is missing. Soft infrastructure. Economic institutions. Who will fund this? Missing. Regulations. Missing. I want to transport Tata cars. Tata ने भी cars भी transport किए. I want the car to be loaded on the ships and those cars to be transported. The problem is the car has to be brought to the bank of the river. No, कैसे लाऊंगा car? There is no road. Is everyone okay? Road नहीं है. And the cars can come by railways. Railway ने car को छोड़ा. Car से फिर क्या आएगा? Roadways. So can I say no road, no rail? Yes or no? Now tell me one thing. I want to transport the cars and I want to load them. How will I load them? Should I have a terminal? Yes or no? Should there be terminals on which ships and boats can be parked? ये infrastructure ही नहीं है. That has not developed. Is everyone okay? That has not been developed. So the complementary road of road is not there. And when the car is waiting, should there be a warehouse? Car के लिए भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए ना? Should there be a warehouse or for storage? Should the car be able to wait before loading? Possible or not? Achha, these ships are there or barges are there, boats are there. Their navigation, they are passing through the river. No, river has got sediments. And if sediments are there, can they be dangerous for the navigation? Yes or no? So should we have the maps of the river? Should we have navigation system? What is the navigation system? Just like traffic system, there should be there. Two boats are coming. Where should one go? That should be there. I want to tell you, abhi bhi in rivers mein only, unfortunately, day navigation happens. It is not a 24/7 navigation. Only in the day, some people can see where there is water, where there is not. At night, to hota hi nahi. Do you get that? Now, when I hear that the government is saying कि हम बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ करने वाले हैं, तो मुझे तो doubt है. So Deepak is saying reliability and safety is not there. Absolutely. Deepak, my company, say for example, I work for Tata's and I am making Tata cars or Maruti cars or other cars, and all my cars sink in the river. मेरा तो सब बर्बाद हो गया. True or not? Why should I do that? Big problem. And tell me, I do not know the idea of Nitish Kumar resigning and becoming CM again. But I know one thing. UP and Bihar youth seriously require employment. And this area has a huge plus respectable employment opportunity. Trained manpower. One is trained people, trained crew, training institutes, and everything. The whole thing can change. The fate of UP and Bihar in terms of employment can change if they work on river transport. Amazing हो सकता है. Investment नहीं आ रही, industry यहाँ पर आने को तैयार हो जाएगी. Industry and everything will come. But अपने को क्या करना है? SSC सर, बहुत मुश्किल से SSC का एग्जाम हुआ सर मंडे से. Yes sir. I'm so happy sir. SSC exam is there sir. Agniveer is there sir. UPSC is there sir. State PCS is there sir. Bank clerk is there sir. Whatever we are looking at, once government job is there. I'm saying waiting transformation to happen. That's the power of transport. Everyone, are you getting that? And what are you remembering? For the examination, our mind stops where? Bharatmala Pariyojana. It has 5 components. One is the coastal Pariyojana, that is called Sagarmala. Sagarmala is about port-led, and there will be this connection. Sir told me, I mugged it up. In fact, sir made me write down in the class itself. एक ही बार में समझ आ गया. What was there to समझ? It was a fact. One fellow copied, second fellow copying, and the relay goes on. Tell me one thing: the boys and girls who won the medals in Commonwealth game, do you think they were the mug-up people, or did they have to innovate in the competition? Any sports coach, will he tell his students to mug up the way you people start mugging up? मेरे notes कर लेना, तुम CWG जीत जाओगे. Commonwealth games, that's पक्का. The sportsman is more intelligent than you. He knows there will be opponents. He knows I have to strengthen my body and mind. And what does the teacher do? He is working on that. And what are we doing in SSC and all those things? तुमसे ना होगा, just mug it up. I am disrespecting you. And you are also accepting that, sir, मैं ये point मार दूंगा तो हो जाएगा. मार ले, इसको मारना है मार. True or not? मारो. Idea is earn the respect of your evaluator. Be deserving of civil services posts. And I'm telling you, you can get whatever you dream. Please pay a lot of respect to this idea which is there. And if you become a nice officer and you get a chance to do this, help this. This will transform UP and Bihar. True or not? Sir, roads are doing that. Yes, roads are doing that. Remember, road के लिए कौन चाहिए? Generally unskilled labor ली जाती है. सड़क बनानी unskilled labor चलेगा. इसमें skilling is also involved. A lot of self-respect, a lot of dignity, and a lot of good payment is there. I think amazing things can happen. But इसमें भी slogan चलता है, so that's not what we are looking at. Is everyone okay? Can we understand what is the meaning of accessibility, connectivity? Deepak is saying light navy. Oh yes, inland can be equivalent to those commercial navies, no, merchant navy. बिल्कुल ऐसा होगा. You will have your licensing, you will have your education institutes, you will have your certification, you will have signaling system. Everything will have a job. You can't imagine, what big potential it has. Is everyone okay? Discuss the salient features of Sagarmala project and highlight the role in port-led development of coastal regions of India. अब इस पर भी बात करेंगे. Everyone, I have an interesting input to share with you apart from this. Will you understand the difference between GS and optional? First of all, the syllabus. Always remember your syllabus will decide everything. Please, whenever you get a chance, look at your syllabus. You get that? See, somebody came, no, just requested, sir, I'm interested in geography. Can you tell me the trends? Those trends are visible. Where are they visible? In the syllabus. Now, I have one more important thing to make your answer more geographical. Can you guess what I have apart from these comparisons which I have? I have one more idea. When I'm saying map, okay, so usi mein aayega. Somewhat all the thinkers. So everyone, can we have thinkers? Can we have geographers who have said something about transport? Can we bring them here? Ayush is saying models. Ratnam is saying case study. So you people are saying Weber. Weber to aa raha hai. Weber is there. So my job as a teacher to give you a flood of choices. A teacher who knows that his student is going to face challenges and the innovation will help his student to win the game must offer the students multiple ways to make his answer innovative. One is think like this. Think how regional development, employment, ecology, economy, think in this flow chart, soft infrastructure. Can I say IT infrastructure, capital and information infrastructure is missing? Intelligent transport system है नहीं उधर, public and private provider है नहीं, कुछ नहीं है ना. But here we can have that. One is this, other is, look at this. Consider this idea. There was this scholar, Von Thunen, people who done paper one with me. He was talking about land rent, and he said transport cost decides which location is favorable. And he was talking about what? He was talking about agricultural land use. Do we get that? Can we use that idea? If it is to do with transport and agriculture, I can bring in the idea of Von Thunen. True. So which land will get us more? Which agricultural land use should be focused? That is on transport cost, minimize the transport cost. So there was this sociologist, her name was Burgess. She said that the city expands outward into concentric circles. Some people who have done that in settlement geography, city expands like this. In concentric circles, concentric model of city. But he says rich people live outside the city. Rich people live outside the city. And do you know, he said why? Or she said why? Because Burgess said that with the development of transport network, they have developed a direct connection to the city center and they can afford to stay outside the city. Rich people living on the outskirts of the city is a manifestation of this only. Even the idea of satellite towns, so that congestion in the cities can be reduced, can be achieved through transport. People who have done Kristall's central place theory, remember he had given few principles: marketing principle, transport principle, administration principle, minimizing transport cost. This was for what? Design of settlement systems. Design of settlement systems. Settlement systems means cities, urban areas, rural areas, everything. In fact, he says as we go away from the city center, the transport cost increases, so distance decay happens, threshold and range. People who join me from paper 2 directly, you may not see the understanding of all these things. It's absolutely okay. So when I'm doing that, yeah, that reminds me one more thing. Were you also thinking that our course is finishing on 25th August? ऐसा तुम सोच रहे थे क्या? I hope you understand 24th, 5th August was not the end of paper 2. All syllabus were not there. So I told you till September the course will go. In October the new course will begin. Everyone, did you see the profile today? All of them have been changed. Did you see that? Now you have the full planner running till 17 September. अगर नहीं देखा है, it's absolutely okay. So I just wanted to upload the lectures. So initially I upload around 45, but just like paper 1, paper 2 also has around 65 lectures. Get that? So till 17 September, all your planner has been uploaded. Please have a look at that. Just to tell you that. Get that? As I said, all topics will be done comprehensively. Nothing will be missed. Only request is treat geography optional with some depth and integrity. Don't just think that I will go and chipkao my GS because my teacher has said इससे सब पास हो जाते हैं. Please understand that. उसको intelligent use of that will help you pass, not a mechanical use. Do we get that? Weber's least cost, already we have talked about that. Achha, tell me, core periphery model I just talked about in the last one. That core is there, from core, the periphery also develop. Strengthens the tie between core, cities and periphery. Can transport network do that or not? Yes. Transport networks are developed by locational analysis, Peter Haggett. Many of you do not know about Peter Haggett. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. And diffusion of innovation. New ideas. Reach out. Urban ideas reach out to rural ideas. Kaise? How? Yes or no? Do you see in rural areas, kapde badal gaye? Men and women are wearing different clothes. Yes or no? Women wearing new clothes, more urban in fashion. Why? That influence is reaching over there. Where? Through transport. Do we get that? Now tell me, you have so many scholars who can be used in your answer on transport. Will it make your answer stand out or not? Use your GS knowledge only as an example. Please get that. Geography, when we are talking about different transports, we must first look at what are their different meanings. Is everyone with me on this? I asked you significance. You also gave me points. I want to give you the vocabulary also. Shall I give my significance? I think for the smooth functioning of a country, just like my body has arteries and veins, no? Arteries and veins, blood flows through it. We need that core, periphery, and the sprawl model. Do we get that? It has to be a smooth connection. So can I say, udhar accessibility tha, accessibility and connectivity. एक last example देता हूँ everyone. One last example. There is an agricultural field, and in the center there is a house. The farmer lives over there. A. And B is, there is a road. There is city A, city B, city D, and there is a house here. Which one is accessible? Which one is accessible? Quickly. Which one is accessible? That's why I gave you this example. Both. Both are accessible. Bhai, ghar bana hoga, when they made this house, they would have carried the material, no? Accessible is the degree of reachability. And the topological accessibility, both of them are there having. Yes or no? Can I say B has more contiguous accessibility? Remember contiguous? Do we get that? Which one is having connectivity? B has connectivity. Does everyone get this? Why did I give this example? So that my student is able to understand accessible or connectivity ka matlab kya hai. Accessibility is more about location, whether a location is connected or is accessible or not, and connectivity is more about linkages, links. Is everyone clear? Can I expect my student to use this vocabulary? A smooth transport system will give both accessibility. A smooth transport system will give me accessibility, connectivity, and mobility. What is mobility, sir? A connection to hai, but are you moving on that? So you'll need the means of transport over here. Everyone, I was talking about Bihar. Can you see that this can be the engine of growth? Everyone, can you see that this can be a big, big engine of growth? Ho sakta hai? Possible or not? Very clear. But developed countries, Europe, I want to tell you, all rivers are linked. So, navigable be linked be, and transport is well planned. Developing areas, capital, technology, can I say constraint, and totally unplanned. True or not? हमारी रोज सड़क बनती टूट जाती, कैसे बनी? बन गई बस. True. नए नए हाईवेज बने, बरसात में टेस्ट हो जाते. Quality also, quality and quantity. I'm not making fun of anyone, but I'm saying that's the reality of developing countries. Economic mobility and social mobility. Sir, mobility is okay. How can mobility be economic and social? So you are below poverty line. Because of development of railways, roadways, waterways. You were able to sell your goods and products easily to a remunerative market. You got jobs in that. Economically, will you rise? Economic mobility. Yes. Social mobility, you were facing a lot of discrimination on caste. But now, with that transport system, you are allowed to travel in that train, irrespective of your caste. Social mobility. People meet you, they know you for your skills, they know you for your abilities. Yes, no? They are not asking your surname, they are not asking your caste. Possible social mobility bhi hogi. And one day they realize, somebody realizes, Acha, you belong to this caste. I was told stories about your caste. They are all wrong. So then prejudices, the biases of the people, they are shattered. True or not? That's how attitudes change. That's how attitudes change. And you would like to partner with each other. Knowing your individual merit, you would like to partner with each other. And I also want to tell you, at times when there is no accessibility to your village or area, even innovative ideas don't come. People are caught in orthodox beliefs. They will not allow you to break free. But because of transport, you were able to move out. Social mobility also comes. True. Efficiency will come. Very, very important word I feel is transport equity. Everyone tell me, why should a rich man be able to travel fast than a poor man? Does the road gives access to everyone? True or not? Otherwise, the rich man had the mode of transport. He had a car of his own. But now I have the public transport with me. I can use that and everyone can move on that. Equity and optimality. Am I also using better use of that? Metro train. Think about that mass rapid transport system, MRTS, transit system. We also call it transport or transit system. Yes? और मुझे एक बात बताइए, segregation of land use, our land use is different. Some is agriculture, some is urban, some is wasteland. उन सब में transport अलग-अलग चाहिए होगा. High pace of urbanization is happening. How is it possible? Infrastructure development, morphology and density of land use. Yes or no? Will it change? Will it cause investment coming in? Yes or no? Things will change. Transport will first bring accessibility. Because of this accessibility, your land use will change. Everyone, do you realize in your growing years, because of improved transport, your city's land use has changed. Your village's land use has changed. Has it changed or not? Because of greater transport. और ये किसी political party की देन नहीं है. These are natural things which will happen. And tell me everyone, what jobs people were doing in your city 20 years ago now have the activities, goods and services changed or not? Change हुई है कि नहीं? To a large extent because of the accessibility coming. Are some old things there? They are there. They should be there. But newer things are also joining in or not? Everyone, from the points which I brought to you, and let us compare with the points which we were talking about significance. So there is government scheme, sir. Sir, northeast में नहीं हुआ है. Sir, road, it means roadway, waterway, airway, pipeline. Sir, railway is for bulk. Sir, it is bridge between raw material. These all points are okay. Did you realize optional versus GS, there will be a huge difference in that? And have I covered the first part also with you? First part of the syllabus, everyone comfortable? Road, railway, waterway, airway, pipeline network, they are complementary, and how they can be used in regional development. True. Now we'll find that not many things are important in this. Trade policy, trade balance, we won't get questions from this. Generally, these areas we skip also. यार इसमें क्या पढ़ाना है? Very rare a question comes. आपने देखा 2017 में एक बार आया, उससे पहले 10 साल पहले था. But I've taken on the challenge that let us bring in all those things also. So will we not talk about separate road, railway, waterway? I will. Give me a chance. After the break, I will. Get it? So this is where we are. After the break, we will start talking about roads. I think roads and railways are important. We must be talking about those things. Problems I'll be doing later on. Transport sector in India. Get it? So what's the time? छोटा सा break लेते हैं. 16:43 no. Come back after the break and come with your doubts. Whatever doubts you have, bring them to the class. Are we back? Everyone, am I audible? Am I visible? Perfect. Any questions? Any questions? We were talking about transport system. I brought in thinkers, I brought in ideas, I brought in the complementarity of it. And everyone, regarding the complementarity of it, do we realize problems I will come later? Do we realize that for door-to-door connectivity, road will work over here? Road is better. After this, rail is better. After this, ship is better. True or not? So for small distances, 500 kilometers, road chalenge. Get that? Can I say there will be a zone of competition? For freight, road or railway? Road or railway? There will be competition zone also. There will be complementary also. There will be competition also. So which one should I choose? So I'm living in Delhi, Delhi to Lucknow, Delhi to Lucknow, Delhi to Allahabad. Which one should I choose? My own car, or should I take the train? Well, there is a competition in my mind, because as long as it is up to 400 to 500 kilometers, Delhi, Jaipur, I don't mind driving. Yes, but there are people who are not into driving. They want, train ka comfort hai. Rajdhani mein baithe, pahunch jayenge. Everyone. Sayam says depends on the purpose. Well, if I have to transport something bulk, train will be there. Yes. If I'm traveling with some old age dependents, I would prefer train. Achha, if I bring in something called as Udan, Ude Desh Ka Nagrik, if I bring in some cheaper air transport, वो भी तो possible है. बल्कि ऐसा बना ले, that's कि मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा ही steep कर दिया. I can also fly from Delhi to Lucknow. Yes or no? But the problem is reach the airport 2 hours before. Airport procedures. Then the flight getting delayed. Then get off the airport. Then I don't have my own vehicle. Then last mile connectivity. I'm looking for some taxi or something. इतनी देर में तो खुद ही drive करके पहुंच जाते. True or not? Possible or not? I'm saying again, do you understand the logic which I'm giving of competition and collaboration? So that's one thing which I want everyone to keep in mind. Let us move further now. Something very important that we must keep in our mind. Problems and complexities I will see today or maybe tomorrow. Transport sector in India. Road transport and railway transport are two important ones from the exam point of view. I see them. I think we need all road, railway, airway, pipeline. Nation's social and economic cultural unity is achieved. And can I say road transport is the most fundamental mode? Yes. It is indigenous, it is economical, it is flexible, it is convenient. So advantages are there. Transportation all over the continental earth, everywhere, it is so universal. It is so universal. Pure universe mein, in the continental land area, that is there. A country can be imagined without air and water transport facility, but not without roads. Although physical barriers discourage the road development to some extent, but it is the ultimate medium. When you don't have anything, road to ban jayega ki nahi? Road is there. So road can be anywhere. It is ultimate. Everyone with me? But if you consider a transport system as the nervous system, then the railway is the main artery of this system. Everyone, can you see this? So yes, it is universal, it is ultimate, but railway will be that main artery, the principal mode. Indian Railway is the second largest railway system in the world and largest in Asia. It is the largest public sector undertaking also, and that's what it is doing. And it plays an important role for areas where bulk transport is needed, cheap transport is needed, be it agriculture or even industrial. It also provides efficient transit services for industries and defense forces. Above all, it plays a very important cultural and social system. ट्रेन को लेकर हमारे मन में अपनी एक कहानी रहती है नहीं. So can we use the term ubiquitous for road transport like we use in case of resources? So ubiquitous is something which is everywhere available, or generally it is something which is very naturally available also. So universal is a better thing than ubiquitous. Abundant to nahi hoga. Abundant is not the word over here. Get that? Universal is better if you're just using the words. Ubiquitous, not that much, but I do get your sense what Ramendra is saying. Same abundant wala maza nahi aayega isme. Do we get that? Okay. Yes, I get that. So is everyone okay? The basic difference between railway and roadways. If a question comes that these are competing, do you understand what the examiner wants to say? Competing. If a question comes and it says that these are complementary, do you understand? Competing role, complementary role, important role. Can you see that? So please use that. Let's talk about roads then. Roads are a part of infrastructure. Infrastructure sector is the key driver for Indian economy. The sector is highly responsible for propelling India's overall development and enjoys intense focus. Government is also initiating policies, and what does infrastructure involve? Power, bridges, dams, roads, urban infrastructure. Get it? So, but the course is on transport. Well, the syllabus is transport and communication. There are words written, policy, and all those. Can you use all these ideas over there? The infrastructure sector has become the biggest focus area of the government. India plans to spend 1.4 trillion during this time to have sustainable development of the country. Government has suggested investment of 5 lakh thousand, 5 lakh, 50 lakh thousand of for railway infrastructure. So railway भी जाने वाला है, important. Union budget 2021, the government has given a massive push to infrastructure. अगर आपने ये सुना हो NIP, current affairs वाला, सर ने बताया था आ गया है. National infrastructure pipeline, have you heard of that? So policy, remember there is a thing called policy. Policy में क्या आएगा? These are the ideas that you will use in policy. So 7,400 projects are there. Yes, were completed at 2020 through the NIP. Government invested 1.4 trillion. This thing बिल्कुल है. नए वाले बजट में गति शक्ति भी आया है. गति शक्ति plan. India and Japan have joined hands for infrastructure development of Northeast. JICA is the forum over there. Joint India-Japan Coordination Forum and Development for Northeast under strategic infrastructure. So everyone, you can very well use the ideas here. National infrastructure pipeline, Gati Shakti. And can you see infrastructure is a bigger. Infrastructure is a set, transport is a subset. Is everyone okay? Because infrastructure will involve power also, dams also, other things are also there. But I want it to come from bigger to smaller, and then I will come one by one. Roadways, I said they are important. I think historically, even ancient times, Harappan civilization, urban planning, and road network was found there also. So it has been there. Medieval times also, we have heard of road transport, famous road. Have you heard of Sher Shah Suri Road? Many people are writing GT over there. Yes, presently we call it Grand Trunk Road. Okay. GT road कहाँ से चलेगी? Bangladesh borders. In fact, Sher Shah Suri started from Bangladesh, what is present day Bangladesh. But we are looking at Kolkata to Amritsar. It will come. We used to call them National Highway 1 and 2. Okay. Up to highways, ka numbering has changed. But the fact is that National Highway 1 and 2 were the ideas which were there. So these were there. Post-independence, we looked at accessibility in India. We looked at connectivity in India. And we looked at, transport as a engine of growth. Employment and everything that is there. But I want to tell you that around this post-independence itself, we decided to go for a planned growth. And in this planned growth, we made 20-year plans. 20-year plans. And even before the independence, British time, 1943, we had something called as the Nagpur Plan. Nagpur Plan on roadways. So under the Britishers also, the nationalist leaders were looking at connectivity to India. Remember, those were the times India was struck by famines. Those were the times, Indian resources, they were not easy. Easy mobility was not there. Mostly it was, bullock carts and, kacha roads that was there. The Britishers were smart. When they wanted to exploit our resources, they were willing to give us some roads. When they want to exploit our resources, they were willing to give us some railways also. To them, railway and road were like investment also. Get that? So they were collecting tax on that also. And I also think a colonial power which has to rule by the might and the military, do they need to move the forces? So they were strategic, so they were using that also. But in this plan itself, Nagpur plan itself, we classified our roadways into national highways, state highways, district roads, so first though there are categories. All roads are not the same. All roads are not the same. National highways, state highways, district roads, and villages. So we have a hierarchy here also. You can see it coincides with the hierarchy of polity in India also. Can I say this is center? Center takes care of national highways. Center also takes care of the border roads. Have you heard of border road organization? So Central Public Works Departments and VRO are looking into this. State is with the State Public Works Department, SPWD. Okay. District roads, who's looking into it? The Zilla Parishad. Village roads, who's looking into it? The Panchayat. Center के पास अपना funds होता है. Yes. State के पास funds होता है. Village roads are generally funded by Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. What do I mean by that? Centrally sponsored schemes. Is everyone okay? So since the Nagpur plan itself, we are looking at our roads or roadways were developed in a planned manner. Center is working, state is working, district and village level is working. The funding, center arranges for that, state also arranges for that from their revenue. And we are looking at when it comes to the third tier of governance, there the devolution of fund may not be easy. So that is why centrally sponsored schemes, Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, is reaching out to them. Is everyone okay with the idea how it is developing over a period of time? Okay, this is the spatial aspect of it. This is the spatial aspect of it. There would be a map of highways in India now. Very difficult to remember that also. So usko hमें याद नहीं करना. But broadly, if we are able to see which highways are where, that can be there. Easy understanding is the golden quadrilateral. Yes, sir? Have you heard of golden quadrilateral? So you can use that also. Then you can talk in terms of the government schemes which are there. Say, for example, the Bharatmala Pariyojana, which we are talking about. Is everyone okay? चलिए देखते हैं. So India, when we're talking about roadways, so we get a question examining the problems and prospects of roadways. So in financial year 21, 13,298 kilometers of highway was constructed across India. Passenger vehicle sale is increasing compared with this. So we are looking at highways are added and vehicles are added. So there is a demand. Government aims to construct 65,000 kilometers of national highway. Do we get that? So government का target है कि national highways जितने बढ़ सकें बढ़े, because national highways are important. They are important. Yes, 65,000 is a huge number. Yes, ये government by 2022 करना चाहती है. Andhra Pradesh will spend this much to transform road infrastructure. Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Indian government has planned to construct roads extending this thing. So you can see regional development is also there, regional target is also there, government is also working on that, and mostly national highways are important. More than 50% of traffic goes on this. And they are not much. They are around, just around, probably 2% of the total road network, 1 to 2%. Government of India has allocated this much funds. You don't have to worry about it. National infrastructure pipeline, as we said, the government is going to invest in this. And the government is also issued notices on concessions under vehicle scrapping policy to encourage vehicle owners towards discarding old vehicles and have higher fuel consumption cost. So we are looking at road demand is high, traffic demand is also high, and that will continue. So there is a huge prospect in this area. What will be achieved? Rural development. Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. That infrastructure will reach over there. Yes, sir. And we are planning that we will use green technology, waste plastic to make these roads. ये road कैसे बनेंगे? ऐसे बनेंगे. We will reduce the footprint. We also want to improve the safety standard of the roads. So we are looking at research on various aspects. We are looking at architecture and other things. The national highway passing through Pathankot, Gurdaspur and Amritsar district में हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर कुछ studies भी रखी हैं. So that's also happening. Get that? The National Investment and Infrastructure Fund making the progress towards integrating its road and highway portfolio. So we are looking at various tollways and all those things. So this is all current affairs. You don't have to worry about it. But if you can take the headings, that's there. We are also looking up at international tie-ups. Get that? Because this takes money, innovation and technology from Republic of Austria. Austria is willing to work with us. And tax and SOPs. So how does government give them preferential treatment? That the companies which are into this, they will enjoy 100% tax exemption. Companies have been granted capital up to 40% of the total cost to enhance viability. So we are looking at that the government is really working on this, and this is one area which we are looking at. So what do you have to take from this? Nothing. I just thought of like giving you a homework. उसकी जगह मैंने ये डाल दिया. Latest news भी थोड़ा सा डाला है. People who love latest news, sir, सब कुछ लिखवाते हैं तो मजा आ जाएगा. So रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए गडकरी जी आए और उन्होंने कहा कि गुजरात में भारतमाला परियोजना में हम और सड़कें बनाएंगे. ठीक है, इतना पैसा लग गया है. 162 किलोमीटर रोड हाईवे एज पार्ट ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर अंडर भारतमाला परियोजना. राजनाथ सिंह जी ने डिफेंस में इनॉग्रेट किया कीविन पोर्टिन रोड विच इज इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश. तो डिफेंस के लिए भी रोड्स रेडी है. एंड देन वी हैव द ईस्टर्न एंड वेस्टर्न डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर्स. दे आर गेटिंग कमीशन and next to them we will require the road, so that also will be there. Government has also announced invest in seaports, Sagarmala, Bharatmala के बाद Sagarmala, and that's also there. और बहुत सारे metro projects भी. So these are all latest news. But my question is, where is geography in this? ये तो आपने रख लिया ना. तो रोडवेज का ज्योग्राफी कहां पर है, जल्दी से बताओ. क्विकली मैप बना देंगे. क्या मैप बनाएगा यार? वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेक द मैप. कनेक्टिविटी है. ओके, थिंक अबाउट इट. Impact on area, settlement pattern. कहाँ लाएंगे तन्वी? You don't have any empirical support for this. So I have a suggestion. When you don't have such empirical supports, you should use a spatio-temporal analysis. बेटा है नहीं ना, अरे वो डेटा कितना याद करेगा? एक पॉइंट होगा आपके पास, you will have just one point, and how will you show that? ठीक है? Can I say pre-colonial, poor, no development? Pre-colonial क्यों कह रहा हूँ? Pre-independence, post-independence, slow growth till LPG. चलेगा? Slow growth till LPG. Some nodes and links developed under planned projects. So you were not, you were probably just born. Yes. So I have seen 1980s, 1990 buses. And I'm talking about Delhi. If you belong to a smaller town, then to wo aaj bhi reality hai. Delhi NCR. I remember waiting for the bus. Bus will come at a frequency of 30 minutes or 1 hour. People will line up for that. Huge queues on that. Yes or no? Limited roads and routes. I'm talking about 1980-90. Get that? Bus travel was there, and if I look at private travel, private taxis and autos, they were very costly. And there was no regulation on that. Bus kam thi, the number of buses were less, roads were less, routes were less. और बस में कैसे लोग हम फंस के आते थे उसका तो कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं. Absolutely nothing. True or not? Something changed in 1995. 1995. अभी तक हमारे पास क्या था? Remember, national, state, district roads, they were there. And in fact, who was taking care of it? CPWD, Central Public Works Department, State Public Works Department. And you know what? In 90s and 2000, when assessment was done, these departments were found to be one of the most corrupt departments. ये कभी अपना काम ही नहीं करते थे. Yes or no? So the roads were going very, very poor. And in this, the government came up with an ambitious program which was called National Highway Development Program. National Highway Development Program, 1995. So center started it. किसने start किया? Center. Who will execute it? CPWD. But CPWD, you can understand there are limitations. Yes or no? They created a special purpose vehicle, National Highway Authority of India. Like नया बना, newly created. Do we get that? In fact, it was created in 1988 itself. Okay? Now they said, let us operationalize it. Let us operationalize it. So the idea was there. The idea was already there. National Highway Authority. उसके बाद money कहाँ से लाएंगे? We said, okay, we will have a cess. What cess? Fuel cess. But फिर भी money नहीं था. So we said, okay, don't worry. World Bank will give us some money. Asian Development Bank will give us some money. And remember, Japan Indian Corporation. पैसा भी आ गया, सब कुछ आ गया. किया जाए या नहीं किया जाए? 1995. And we said, we don't have the money. Let us focus on limited resources. Let us connect Kolkata to Delhi, to Mumbai, to Chennai. Get that? These 4 metros were connected under Golden Quadrilateral. Our intention is good quality roads. 4-lane roads will be there. Get it? So this was the quadrilateral. Then we thought of why not go into a north-south, east-west corridor. North-south, east-west corridor. Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Srinagar to Kanyakumari. And in the west, we had Porbandar to Silchar. ये तो NCERT में भी दिया हुआ है. Is it given in NCERT? Can I give you a homework to make this map? True or not? So हमने ये करना था पहले. Phase 1, Phase 2. Phase 1, Phase 2 ये करेंगे of National Highway Development Program. Phase 3 में हमने कहा 4 laning of national highways. Highways which were 2 lanes. Highways which were 2 lanes, उनको हम क्या कर देंगे? 4 laning. Is everyone okay? Golden Quadrilateral means all these are 4 lanes. But remaining highways, will they have less or not? 2 lanes. So 2 lane वाले को क्या कर देंगे? 4 laning. Is everyone okay? Third phase. So I traveled to Kerala. I traveled to Kerala, I think 4 or 5 years ago. No, I have traveled recently also, but 4 or 5 years, and I was driving a lot in Kerala. I hired a car and I was driving a lot in Kerala. I found national highways did not have even 2 lanes. ऐसा लग रहा था घर से ही निकल रहा हूँ मैं. Only 1 lane possible. Only one lane. तो यार जिनका 1 lane है उनको 2 lane भी तो करो. 2 lane. Is everyone okay? National Highway Development Program was talking about these 4 north south and make them good quality. 1 lane must be put to 2 lane. 2 lane must be made 4 lane. At least make all of them 4 lane. The target is 4 lane. Once 4 lane is done, number 5 6 laning and number 6. यार एक काम करो और भी आगे चले जाओ. एक्सप्रेस वे भी बनाएंगे. What are express way? Signal free, long stretch, high speed. Is everyone okay? So how many of you have seen those 6 lane highways? मजा आता है कि नहीं 6 lane highways में? That's something mobility. And how many of you seen that 1 lane highway? And in that 1 lane also the cow is sitting. Can you remove the cow? True or not? और national highway तो national highway, state highway में तो खड़ा है. There is just a very big pit over there. Your vehicle, your car, everything goes down. Yes or no? News में दिखाते हैं बिहार की सड़कें सब डूब चुकी है. इतने लोग एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है. True. And why am I talking about Bihar? Can I say all state highways are in a very dilapidated condition? That is why people prefer to move where? They prefer to move from the national highways. Ritik says, sorry to disturb. There is any upcoming course of optional? Ritik, there is a link over here. Join the Telegram channel. In that, please look at the pinned comment. Next course will come in October. You asked me 2 things. The next course in October. You want to start with it. So don't start with paper 1. You start with what is there in that pinned comment on this channel. So everyone, do we have a map now about roads? Do we have a map about roads or not? Good thing. Will it act as a connectivity thing? This was a very, very costly affair at that time. We arranged for the funds, we arranged for the organization, सब कुछ हो गया. Yes. And the flagship program was called Bharat Nirman. Is everyone okay? Bharat Nirman हो रहा था. UPA government was doing Bharat Nirman. Get that? They also had highways to show. So every government, what is visible, highways are visible. They are also very happy to show that. This is geography. Can I say that? Will it bring regional development? Yes. इसी में subsidiary भी तो निकलेंगे. Subsidiary highways will also come out. And all the things will be there. And quality, safety, other things. Can you see all the things I brought in? 4 lane, 2 lane, everything. And lanes are important. Ramendra is saying tourism, everything. First, Ramendra, I am looking at mobility. मेरे लिए 2 चीजें इसने दी, mobility and accessibility. That idea came to me, and this was good. Golden quadrilateral is good. Even if you look at your atlas, there also these roads will be highlighted. Is everyone with me on this? 2014, NDA government under Modi ji comes. Modi ji को भी पता है ये जरूरी है. This is job intensive also, and this will show results also. But the problem is, वो तो हो चुका है. Highways have been 4 lane and 6 lane. If they work more on that only, the golden quadrilateral and north south, then what will be the difference? How will Modi ji be able to show कि भैया हमारा कुछ और है? Yes or no? तो मोदी जी ने कहा कि भाई ये तो ठीक है. This thing has happened. That's very good. Let us take it to the next level. ठीक है? So what is the परियोजना? भारत निर्माण. Yes or no? निर्माण हटा दिया. We have become भारतमाला. What have we become? भारतमाला. Now the focus shifts. It is an umbrella program for all highways. Do we get that? This time we are not just looking at making those quadrilateral. The focus is on optimize efficiency of road transport. Optimize efficiency of road transport. Is everyone okay? तो क्या करें इसमें? First component, develop state highways. The golden quadrilateral has already been done, no? North south has done. So this is an amazing idea that around 7,000 kilometers of state highways should be developed. True. And they will be connected. To connect what? Connect the state to coastal areas, border areas. Make sense? Make sense or not? Is it an add-on to the golden quadrilateral? Newer idea. Second component, develop state highways. Another 7,000 kilometers. This time to connect what? backward areas, religious centers, tourist centers. Second component is this. Get that? Third component, develop economic corridors and inter-corridor feeder road. Get that? Is this a good build-up on Bharat Nirman already? Whatever triangle, quadrilateral and line we have got, now we are looking at reach out to coastal areas, reach out to border areas, connect the same network to a bigger one, reach out to backward areas, tourist circuits, religious centers, create them. Economic, don't forget about industries. So industrial regions के लिए क्या है? Economic corridor करना चाहिए. True, ये भारत माला चल रहा है. Fourth component, एक और डालो इसमें, fourth, सागर माला. What was it? Coastal and port connectivity. Coastal and port connectivity. So make the ports better. Then we have fifth, Setu Bharatam project. What is Setu Bharatam? So there are many accidents happening on the railroad crossing. So eliminate railway crossing. वो फाटक पे एक्सीडेंट होता है नहीं होता है? रेल रोड क्रॉसिंग. Eliminate railroad crossing. So how can we do that? Construct 1500 bridges and 200 under or overpass. Is everyone with me on this? बड़े चार धाम तो उसी में आ गया ना, इसके सब पार्ट. वो एग्जांपल आप दे दो जो देना आपको एग्जांपल. You can give example, you can give case studies, but do you get the components? Now is this geographical? First step is laid in golden quadrilateral, and after that, after Bharat Nirman, you come for Bharat Mala Pariyojana, and there you have these things. You will connect coastal areas, border areas, backward areas, religious tourist significance, industrial areas, whatever is important, connect them with good quality roads. Get that? Give us that strategic advantage also, and eliminate anything that slows down things. Make sense or not? Everyone, this is what we are talking about. और साथ ही में जब हम बात करते हैं सिक्स्थ पार्ट जो है ना, अर्बन एरियाज में, सिटीज में, क्रिएट रिंग रोड, क्रिएट बाईपास. आपने देखा सिटी में जाना ही नहीं. सो वी आर गोइंग टू अलाहाबाद, कानपुर कम्स इन बिटवीन, कानपुर बाईपास. यस, यू आर गोइंग फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू देहरादून, मेरठ कम्स इन, मेरठ बाईपास. व्हाई गो इन द सिटी? एंड सिटी ऑलरेडी हैज अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रैफिक. सिटी प्लानिंग, रिंग रोड्स possible. So that's what we are talking about. If you write these things in your answer, now your answer would become geographical rather than just the data. अब बताओ इसमें रोड डेंसिटी आप लिखना चाहते हो, क्या है आपके पास डेटा? एंड दैट्स जस्ट वन पॉइंट. कैन आई शो दीज ऑन मैप्स नाउ? कैन आई हैव स्पेशल एग्जांपल्स फॉर दिस? तो आज आपका होमवर्क ये है कि भारतमाला के स्पेशल एग्जांपल्स, कलेक्ट स्पेशल एग्जांपल्स ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स अंडर भारतमाला वेयर नॉर्थ, साउथ, वेस्ट, ईस्ट, नॉर्थ ईस्ट. विल यू डू दैट? मेक सेंस? सबमिट टू मी, नो प्रॉब्लम. Is everyone okay? I've already told you how to handle roads. Roads are important. And how to make it geographical. After we have already talked about all those things, the theories, the principle, the philosophy of roads, then we should take a spatio-temporal approach. यहाँ से शुरू किया. Pre-colonial, we were like down, and pre-independence, we had that Nagpur plan, but did not work that much. Money was not there, technology was not there. Now we are looking at not only roads, their width going on, but also looking at their quality. And talk about, if you want to bring in the talk about the making it economically viable. Yes, so toll tax जो लग गए, get that? Now we have the smart tags, so tag lanes are there. Does it make sense? We are going for expressways. Can you give some examples of expressways also? इसी में आएंगे ना, special example expressway भी डालोगे आप. Yes, major expressways, north में, south में, east में, west में, do that. So this is where your topic preparation gets a holistic understanding that these are roads for me, and there are challenges. We'll look at those challenges later on, but this is what I wanted to bring to you. What is static? What is the significance? Characteristics? Are they flexible? They are small on investment. They give us employment. They have a complementary role. They help in agriculture and industry. They help in defense. They have a uniting role. Do I have to read this out, or have I already done that? Uniting role even with Pakistan, even with Nepal, even with Bangladesh. भेजो सड़क पे, yes or no? बस. I remember, I have many a times come across a special bus. A special bus is there. And this bus, इसके आगे एक जिप्सी रहती है, पुलिस जिप्सी, and पीछे एक पुलिस जिप्सी रहती है. and they keep on asking you to go aside, and this is Indo-Nepal friendship bus. So there is this red light, Indo-Nepal friendship bus. Seen many times this would move around. So roads can give that also. And during the disaster time, the help that is coming through that makes sense or not. So use them. Use all these points. Because of the discussion, you would know that. जो लोग मैप बनाना चाहते थे, people were saying, sir, मैप बनाना आसान नहीं. Can you see that? That is why I brought this map. Railway map is so further difficult. All those railway zones. Can we see the north-south corridor, east-west corridor, golden quadrilateral, and rest you can add. So from my side, I have to give something practical also. No? That is why I'm doing that. Current status with the data will help you. The total length is around 62,15,797. Look at this national highways. I told you, just around 2%. National highways are just around 2%. They will cater more than 50% of the transport. State highways are only 3%. And most of the roads are village roads. And do I have to tell you the quality of those roads? So when we are talking about Bharatmala Pariyojana, is it talking about this or not? State highways connecting them to coastal area, to border area, to industrial area, to culturally significant area. Makes sense on that. Give them the quality. India has the second largest road network. This road network transports 65.4% of the goods in the country. 90% of India's total passenger traffic is commuting through roads. Road transport has gradually increased and improved connectivity between rural-urban connectivity. You don't have to run for data also. You would see that when I give you homework, which homework will help you stimulate and process this. So if you can do this, I think roadways are a good area. I do expect a question always from them. How has the construction been? Construction is also going at a fast pace, and you heard our Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari talking very fondly about being able to create infrastructure at a very fast pace. But then there are qualitative issues. Remember, monsoon is a check of every minister and every contractor. We are looking at growing demand. Two-wheeler, four-wheeler, freight, everything is growing. Tourists are also flowing and everything. Government क्या करना चाहती? Government is focusing on infrastructure, national infrastructure pipeline, standardizing the process of bidding, and tax holidays are being given. I think roads have a good way to go. फिर भी challenges हैं क्या है? Congested and poor quality, especially urban roads. Urban roads during traffic time, उधर तो जाके खड़ा हो जाना. Your fuel efficiency is low. Your pollution is also high. Rural areas have poor access. Railways are facing capacity constraints, so railway is not able to do that. So roadways is competing with that also. Ports are congested and inefficient. Airports infrastructure is also strained. In fact, if you are any time in the day, so if I have to book a flight to any place outside Delhi, I prefer a flight which is at 8 a.m. because then you have to reach the airport by 6 a.m. So 5 to 6 Delhi, driving in Delhi is heaven. इतनी बढ़िया सड़कें कहीं नहीं मिलेंगी. But 8 to 10, driving in Delhi is hell. Same city becomes hell. So what we are looking at is all those infrastructures are strained. That complementary role will also be stressed in that. Poor maintenance, lack of roadside. This is a very, very big challenge. Roadside amenities nahi hai. There are certain highways. I told you, one day I was just moving out to Dehradun and my car just gave up. The tires just gave up. I was so happy that I was within the city limits. Outside on that isolated road, nothing happens. And in fact, many crimes can also happen. Yes, mixing of traffic. This is the funniest thing. We have the motorized traffic and non-motorized traffic also. We have the fastest of the car and the bullock cart and tonga also on the highway. Bhai, kaise chala le usko? Big challenge or not? So in village, Karanja roads are just arranging bricks and little binding material, mostly unmetal. That's true. So we are looking at poor maintenance and the quality has always been there. Yes, sir. And lack of foresight is also a challenge because the road which were required 5 years back are being made today. Sarthak, see, please understand, we had a 20-year plan, no? Nagpur plan से हम लोग 20 year का plan बनाते हैं. India operates on 20-year plan. 43 to 63, 63 to 83, 83 to 2003, 2003 to 23. We are on a plan. Don't worry. But the problem is execution was poor and tardy. Execution had a lot of corruption things happening in that. Executions were good only with national highways, not with state highways. True. Private participation is very low. Multiple checkpoints, taxes and tolls इतने ज़्यादा लग रहे थे. अभी तो बहुत सारा चीजें streamline हो रहा है. Shortage of funds. So government went for schemes like that. BOT, build, operate, transfer. You build it, operate it. When your profits are coming, give back to us. BOOT. So government policy has kept on changing. Mature democratic principles should be followed. The better projects of previous government should be continued. Okay. So Patna rail station is like more better than Patna airport is like so filthy one. So that's what we are saying. No. If road पे काम करते हो तो airport पे काम नहीं होगा. Airport पे करते हो तो railway station पर नहीं होगा. So somebody said we are making the roads which should have been made 5 years ago. I'm saying, you know what? These are good rhetorics. बड़ी बड़ी बातें ड्राइंग रूम में बड़े बड़े लोग ऐसी बातें करते हैं. बड़े बूढ़े ऐसी अरे 5 साल पहले बननी चाहिए थी सड़कें आज बना रहे मोदी जी. True or not? And 10 years down the line we will say अरे यार ये बननी चाहिए थी देखो आज हम बना रहे. So history would always be like that. So when they were doing their Bharat Nirman Pariyojana, they said, see, this is transforming. Yes. और मोदी जी का तो हर काम में अनप्रेसिडेंटेड है. इससे पहले अद्वितीय काम ऐसा कभी हुआ ही नहीं. Yes, अमृतकाल में तो बहुत ज्यादा चीजें ऐसी हो रही. So that is there. और मैं तो ये भी कह रहा हूँ the way education is happening, ये तो 5 साल पहले हो जाना चाहिए. True or not? And tell me the way you refuse to, mature in answer writing. वो कब हो जाना चाहिए था? वो तो 20th लेक्चर में हो जाना चाहिए था. तुम लोग अभी भी फैक्ट लेके बैठे. कब होना चाहिए था? ये तो विशफुल थिंकिंग है ना. ये तो मुझे उन्हें कॉलेज में ही बोल देना चाहिए. अब तो कॉलेज से वो छोड़ के चली गई. क्या करें? जब टाइम था तब बोला नहीं. One doubt, sir, in NICP is road program also there for industrial corridor? बेटा मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है दीपक, स्पेशली उसका नाम ऐसे लिखा है, inter corridor feeder roads. Can you see that? Inter corridor feeder roads will be there. So when we are talking about industrial corridors, no, उसमें भी तो बीच में roads आएंगे. That is how development happens. That is what road development is about. Tell me everyone, does your nearest metro station have a feeder bus service or not? वो feeders काम करते हैं. That's going to be there. Everyone pay attention. ये आपका हाईवे, नेशनल हाईवे, इसमें से कटेगा स्टेट हाईवे. डिस्ट्रिक्ट रोड्स में से क्या कटेगा? विलेज. Can you understand what is happening? So you're asking me, sir, NICP में will there be a road component? It has to be a road component, बच्चे. Do you get that? That's why I made you write down feeder roads. And इसलिए लिखवाया ना उसमें feeder road inter this thing will be there. If you listen to it so mechanically, no, but that is those were like special railways and all those things. No, we are going further on that. So people who do not know, ये कल का homework submission है. Today I shared it on the group also, everyone. I shared it on the group also. So this is one of the student submission. कहाँ गया? I've already shared it on the group. Dedicated freight corridors. लुधियाना से चलेगा दानकुनी तक. Eastern freight corridor. Freight corridor is railway. Industrial corridor. Delhi Mumbai industrial corridor. Current status: 4 industrial cities being developed: Noida, Dholera, Vikram, and Sendra. Trunk infrastructure will also be developed in this. Chennai, Bangalore, 3 nodes have been identified: Krishnapatnam, Tumkuru, and Ponneri. Vizag, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Chittoor, Donkonda, and Machilipatnam. National investment manufacturing zones, ये मेरे ख्याल से प्रकाशम, संगारेड्डी and Kalinganagar, these were also approved or final approval. PLI, so this is about certain schemes which we are looking at. So apart from all these corridors, will there be road connected to them or not? Road भी तो बनेगी. So ये railway आ रहा है, ये railway आ रहा है, everything. Can you see that? All these are there, but then there will be industrial corridors. They will have those feeder roads also. I think I put something on the group also. You can use it if you did not. So this is a sample student submission. Quickly make your quick summaries of it. So some of you have written very detailed. Can you see? I have kept the sample so that you can see that I don't need all those details. मुझे उतना नहीं चाहिए. Everyone okay with roadways? Can I end that? The economic returns to the country from the roadways, effective sustained velocity, number of vehicles has increased. Government of India has allocated this much fund. Gati Shakti National Master Plan, which will help in leading a holistic integrated development of infrastructure. In terms of policy issue, major question is need to be addressed is the road sector focusing on corridor management, which can maximize the velocity through this. So abhi kya ho raha hai? Everyone, what is corridor management? This is corridor management. Manage this. Formerly, we were having bigger programs, no? Golden quadrilateral, north, south. Now look at those corridors. So if there is a rail corridor, look at the feeders on that. Yes, if you have smaller ones. So this is taking a micro approach. So this is what the government is looking at. Makes sense also. Series of initiatives for investors invest. Next 5 years, NHAI will be generating 1 lakh crore of revenue through tolls. So they are making it profitable also. Bharatmala Pariyojana, whatever is the latest, government also aims to construct 23 new national highways by 2025. Ministry of Road Transport, Highway and Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise is targeting 40 kilometers per day. अब इसमें बस गडकरी जी को ध्यान देना है कि 40 किलोमीटर शुड बी स्ट्रॉन्ग. और उसके अलावा क्या है, गुजरात में ये सारी चीजें मैंने आपको बता दी हैं. So this is about current affairs. And the northeast, I told you, Mizoram Myanmar road project is also there, scheduled to be completed, more or less completed, but because of lockdown and other things, strategic things, it is at the stage of completion. Is everyone okay? What is missing? I think road safety. That's a big challenge. We are talking about EV. We need charging stations. That is also a big challenge. Get that? We need plan to construct roads at many places. Government announced road project was this thing for border areas. Jammu Kashmir के लिए भी आया है. So those things are there, but more or less you can think about it, and the data is on this. Can I make the railway part a little crisp? Roadway I've done in detail. रेलवे का हिस्ट्री भी आएगा कुछ. When did we start first railways in India? Railway, I've already told you that this is going to be what? The artery, the main principal artery. So as the urbanization is increasing, passengers, we need a lot of it, and especially metro trains also. India is projected to account for 40% of the global share of rail activity by 2050. Imagine 40% of the world's rail activity. Yes, we are looking at amazing things coming. Indian Railway ने अपना domestically signaling system भी बताया है और domestically developed collision avoidance. Have you heard of Kavach? Collision avoidance के लिए भी है. Investment are flowing in rail infrastructure will be the investment. Railway infrastructure investment is expected to increase. FDI inflows are also coming. So we are looking at railway will go up. Where did we start? We started our journey Mumbai to Thane, Bombay to Thane, 1853. 1856 Britishers. Can you see all the port locations? Port locations and resource for our exploitation. It was during Lord Dalhousie that the Indian railway system got the initial momentum. So Dalhousie was the one who gave us this momentum in the sector. But pre-independence, there were princely states also, private companies also. They were having their own railway lines. So you can imagine Britishers, princely states, and private companies. Why? Investment and profit generation. Pre-independence, this was the aim of railways. Post-independence, I hope you realize railways was not run for this. Railway was seen more as an integrating force for the country. Yes or no? National integration के लिए use किया. National connectivity and national development. This is what was our focus. Yes or no? Indian Railways looked at different things post-independence. Pre-independence, they were looking at it. Current status, we become the world's largest rail network, and its route length is around 67,000, 68,000. One of the largest railway system in the world under single management. Okay? So we are among the world's largest. So top 3 may we will be there. Largest in terms of a single railway system under a single management, and they are ideal for long distance travel and for bulk commodity. So most of you know that. So you were saying that in the very beginning. Advantage is energy efficiency. Advantage is they are economic also. In fact, for the bigger ones, bigger distance, that is there. And if you are talking about carrier of automobiles, if you want to carry automobiles, load vehicles on that, railways are preferred. I would personally go for, marine, ocean ways, waterways, but railways are there. Government has focused in investing in railway infrastructure by making investor-friendly policies. FDI is also we are looking at. We are looking at freight high-speed train infrastructure is also there. We are looking at that. Now, you have also seen that the government is monetizing all the holdings that it has. So railway stations and all other fixed properties, the government is looking at monetizing there also wherever they can generate revenue and profit, which makes sense if we want to give all those qualities to railways. That has to be there. But one thing that has been a problem is the key revenue. The key revenue comes from freight. 80% revenue comes from freight. Passenger does not give that revenue. Why? Because passenger tickets are subsidized. Do we get that? Passenger tickets are subsidized, so the government subsidizes the passenger ticket. और passenger ticket बढ़ाएंगे तो आपको पता है लोग उसमें भी कहेंगे कि रेल का सफर और महंगा हो गया. But on one hand, we are looking at better qualities, more facilities. On the other hand, we are not willing to pay the fees. That's also a challenge. But then the government has got socialistic targets also to achieve. So freight is giving the money. But the problem is, if freight is giving you the money, should you respect freight or not? Normally, in all your growing years, you would have seen whenever a passenger train is coming and a freight train is coming, generally it was the passenger train which was allowed to move. And you saw passenger trains move faster, freight trains move slower. As a kid, I used to wonder, let's go lower. I would see coal loaded in that and other things, iron ore in that. Then I came to a very foolish conclusion. I thought they are very heavy. They have a lot of weight, no? So that is why they can't run fast. Get that? Idea is their haulage and tonnage is kept in their safety norms. They can run fast. But since the track of the passenger and freight train was same, that is why it was getting sidelined. The government realized if freight is giving us the revenue, should we not give them first priority? That is why the idea of dedicated freight corridors came. Is everyone okay with what is dedicated freight corridor? Railway share of freight is about 36% of the total goods transported. Dedicated freight corridor is building what would be country's largest infrastructure project. So again, under infrastructure, transport infrastructure to carry heavy loaded trains, ease out congestion. Yes, facilitating utilization of surplus capacity to introduce new passengers also. So it was optimization. Yes, sir. And when I say 36% total goods, not of railways, so 80% revenue comes from there. But if you look at that all, and I think there is a lot of scope. This can increase substantially. Why should trains only carry 36% of the total goods? Isn't that a sad thing? They are economic, they are ecologically sound, they are better off. Why won't we use them? Again, because the freight is very low. Somebody said that their average speed was 20 kilometers per hour. That was true. So we wanted to do that. That is why we have done these dedicated freight corridors. That means on this, no passenger train will run on these tracks. So this was Dankuni to Ludhiana and Meerut ke paas Dadri to JNPT. And can you see in both the cases, they are brought inland towards the coast. Inland towards the coast. Makes sense. And after that, we've already looked at other things also. DFC expansion is feasibility study on east-west corridor, north-south corridor, east coast corridor, and southern corridor. So what we did for golden quadrilateral was what? Highways. DFC is the same thing for railway. Is everyone okay? But recently I was looking at it that the budgets have been challenged, and especially in these post-COVID economic times. So the government has slowed down on these. As I said, these are big projects. They will take time and they will take money also. Road projects are relatively easier and less costly. Is everyone okay? Status क्या है? तो ये हमारा railway था under the British time. Imagine British were only looking at, were they bothered about the hinterland? They were not bothered about the hinterland. But now you can see railway has developed, has been divided into various zones. All the zones have developed. Since August 2020, Indian Railway went for 415 Kisan Rail. So agricultural produce and perishables. RailTel provides free. They are developing and creating technology in signaling and telecommunication. We've already looked at a train collision avoidance system called Kavach. Vande Bharat Express, I don't know how many of you traveled in them. These are the semi-high-speed trains that we are looking at. Yes, 500 multimodal cargo terminals under PM Gati Shakti, that is happening. Remember, trains and roads have to, railway and roadway have to complement, but both of them are different. So there should be terminals which can handle rail also and road also. So multimodal transport has been brought for seamless movement of parcels. We are also looking at bids from private sector for trains. 29 pairs of trains को हम private sector में चाहते हैं. They should come into that. Yes or no? They have taken electrification of broad gauge lines. और अभी तो सारे engines जो है और सारे coaches are also going to become AC if they are on electrified routes. Yes or no? So we are looking at our export coming into this. We are looking at Wi-Fi coming into this. We are looking at various investment coming into this, and we have also started world's first double stack long haul container train from Haryana to Rajasthan. Double decker train जा रही है, long haul container train. Hyundai Motor has announced that it has exported 125 cars to Nepal via Indian Railways. So I hope you can understand in roadways and railways from a geographical point of view, from the data point of view, from the government point of view, what all is happening. So I would like to end the class over this. Wish you happy Raksha Bandhan once again. And thank you for being a part of the class. Some homeworks I have given you. Can we do those homeworks? कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं करना है. जो भी हमने किया है उसी में कुछ add on है. North, South, East, West. The case studies that we have to look at. Is everyone okay? Just the small little case studies which I wanted. Collect those special examples. Submit it to me. Get that? Vishal is raising hand. Vishal hand raise किया गलती से उठाया. Yes, if you have a question you can ask. And if you did not have a question by mistake, you have done that, you can cancel that also. Perfect. So tomorrow, is there any class? Yeah, tomorrow we have a class, no? Today is Thursday, tomorrow we have a class. So tomorrow we will finish this. And a few things which are left over, say for example, agriculture one part is left, environment one part is left. I would want everyone to look at the planner till 17th September. Last 6 classes are contemporary issues. So there I will add. So nothing in the syllabus will be left behind. Get that? Thank you. Wish you all a great festival evening and festival greetings to your family. So next mapping class, Akriti, I will let you know. Abhi plan nahi hai. Okay? Bye bye. Take care.